Hey everybody, welcome back to part two. This is another live stream assembly video. This is going to be an IKEA Friheten sleeper sofa. It's a kind of a three, it's really more like a 4+ wide seating arrangement. And it's a sleeper sofa. So the way it works is this bottom piece comes out on a hinge, which is there's one right there next to me. So those hinges come out, and then this back piece here drops down. And so now it's got storage underneath. So my space here is a little over 104 inches wide from there to there. And then my this sofa, I think it's about 87 or 88 inches wide. They have an L-shaped one. And the reason I didn't get that one is it was on sale, and then there were some issues when I tried to buy it, and that was on sale. They said they would give me a rain check on the sale price, but they didn't. So that was not so great. But I looked at a lot of other couches. I looked at other companies. I'll do a full review on this after I build it. This is just an assembly video, and I've never built one of these before. So I've watched some videos of people that are more experienced building IKEA sofas and furniture. So I think it'll go together pretty well. It was delivered to just outside my door. So I just brought in all the pieces from outside in my living room here. So anyway, so the reason I chose this one though is because if I assemble it, I assume I can disassemble it and I can move the pieces. The heaviest piece is, I don't know, honestly, there were two boxes that were a little over 100 pounds each. And so the biggest pieces were the back and the base seating area. It's all assembled. You only have those three cushions that go on the back. You have to put those into their slip covers they match, and then that's about it. So this is available in like 4 or 5 different colors. There's black, light gray, which I got, dark gray, which I considered, and then like blue, and then there's kind of a black leather one, I think, and that might be it. So the L-shaped one doesn't have an arm on one end, and then it's about 92 or so inches wide. It's a little bit, almost 93 inches maybe, so it's a little bit wider. And then my space, I've got a couple end tables off to the side, which I may rearrange those. I've got some wider ones that might go in the space better. So I might rearrange my area here a little bit from what I have right now. So that might all change. So for now, I've got space, but I've got 2 wider end tables I might end up putting on both ends that then would shrink the space a little bit. So most of this video, you're going to be looking at my ankles, so I apologize for that, but that is how it's going to be. So I'm going to get started, and like I said, I've never done this, so I know there's just a little bit of assembly, and then seems like on the other videos I watched and the instructions, it looks like it all goes together pretty fast. So here we go. I'll try to narrate a little bit while I'm doing it, but again, this is just kind of more documentation of the assembly of this and showing the condition. Everything looks good when it came out of the box, so it seemed like it. There was one piece that I was a little concerned about, a corner of the upholstery, but it's the back piece. So the main back piece, that it's got little metal pieces on notches that drop down in there. So we'll see how it all turned out. Oh gosh. So unfortunately, you're going to be kind of seeing the lower half here, but so the instructions. This goofy guy, I've got this kind of goofy guy. I don't know what that guy is, but it looks like a seal. So we got a whole bunch of different types of screws. So let's see. I'm going to put my light down here lower, so maybe it might light the space better. Lighting isn't great right at this spot. I don't have any lamps set up. So we should have 3 Allen wrenches. We should have 3 long screws, 12 smaller screws, 12 medium screws, 4 bigger, smaller screws, and 8 of these ones. So, and then I'm not sure what that is, but there should be 6 of them. Oh, those are the legs. That's right. because there's 4 legs and then there's 2 legs on the part that comes out. So and then there's some kind of corner pieces, and then there's 4 of these. I think these are the deals you use to hold your Allen wrenches. And I have also my drill. I have probably the correct Allen wrench attachment, which I should have had that sitting here. I think it's nearby, but I may have to leave the room a few times to get some parts. So the first part here are these boxes that I have down on the floor. These guys. These are the guys with the hinge piece. So it looks like we're gonna set them up, and then we're gonna put those guys. Then we're gonna set them up. Looks like we're gonna put in a cross piece there. So I think there's 2 of those that are sort of plastic trunk wrapped together. So there'll be three screw holes on those that will go in here. So on here there's three holes. 1, 2, 3. I think that's is it does not look like on here. It looks like those 3 holes are there. Looks like those 3 holes are kind of a 2 and then 1. Yet on here it looks like there's 3. Oh, there's 1 there. Okay, there's 3 right there. I thought that one was it has a metal thread in there. So okay, so they say to set these up this side, same thing. So set that there like that. Then we'll need these other pieces. We got these long pieces here. Set them. Separate them. They're cardboard and taped, so like this is that's a longer piece. Yeah. There's a shorter piece and a longer piece. Which one I use? We'll figure it out later. There's a longer piece. It'd be nice if they don't put any printed words on here because they don't want to. They have to put it in 900 languages. They don't number them either. That's piece is longer, one piece is shorter, one piece is narrow, and one piece is thicker. So
That helps to figure that out. But numbering the parts would be helpful. Box here, we should have some parts here. Three feet of the wood. We have a whole bundle of all the parts here. So I'm gonna put that on. I'm just looking for my. I have a DeWalt and the screwdriver. Where it's be somewhere. I don't remember. I was on a trip. Plane. Yeah, I went on a trip and two DeWalt drills, but I think all the pieces, all the bits are with the screwdriver. Could be right here. It's normally been keeping it right here. So I don't know what it is. That's really annoying. But this deliver. Oh yes. I have the drill. I have my screwdrivers. And I've got the charger for the screwdriver. the screwdriver and the bits are not filling themselves here, which is but we will proceed on. To get this done, but I want to get it done right. So the scissors. So this whole bundle of stuff is all taped up, which makes it hard to open. Oh, parts being there. See if we can start. Boy, they put a lot of tape on this. It's a bit of overkill. It's just absolutely insane amount of tape on here. My concern is this whole thing's going to come apart and be dent on the floor or something, and all this stuff fall out of it. You want to damage the house and get the parts so I can build the couch. It's, ah. God. The other crazy thing is I'm going to set these parts. Let's see. Will you see them over here? Yeah. You set them there? Maybe not. Nope. There, maybe. There. So here's the Allen wrenches. My goodness gracious. I can't take it home a minute, please. Oh. Now I have a bag of a million screws all. Guy in Sweden, some guy sits there and he counts out 8 of these, 10 of those, 12 of these, 16 of those, 4 of these. He shoves them all in this bag and sends them around the world. So, if they just separated them into individual bags, There, and then we got a bag of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 legs. Probably come in handy later. I'm guessing. I really want it's done. I have I have four other projects. I've got some bar stools, 2 bar stools that are not from IKEA. I've got a Brimness 3-door wardrobe cabinet from IKEA, and then I have a Billy bookcase, the smallest one. They have the narrowest one. It's going to go right over here. And then, anyway, so yeah, I'd like to get those done. So I gotta figure out which one of these pieces, if they just said the long piece or the short piece or the something. They do describe it right here. There's one with 1 and then 3. Okay. And then there's one with 1 and 2. So so the one I have here on top is going to be the correct. That's going to be the correct one. What they do is they tell you need 2 part number 105, 107. We need 2 of those. They show you how it is compared to the others, but I mean, that's so it's going to be the middle-sized skinny one as opposed to the tall skinny one or the short fat one. So let's go with that. This one, see, it's going to be 3. I believe those are the correct ones. So something right there, and then like they have a number printed on them, what I'm aware of. That's what's so weird. So let's grab the other 2. It should be a long, big one. So they're distinguishable. This one, yeah. So those back. And we put so it's so weird because it says we need 2. Then they don't really specify which hole to in. There's 3 holes. So it says 2 times. Okay, 105, 107, 105, 107. Right there. Okay. So there and there. But there's 3 holes, and it shows 3 screws in. So then they go into these end pieces. Using where they go, there's
So on these end pieces, there's one, two, three, and there's another hole. So it looks like they go one, two, three. I don't know. There's like an extra hole there. Well, kind of. So I kind of want to study these pieces. So it looks like I have them. These guys are set up the correct way. No, they're not. So okay, let's flip on this side.
Oh, there they are. Okay, now I got it. Okay. So this goes over here. They're lining up. And then this piece will go like no, forward. Here's gonna go the other way. I think it's gonna go. Now that's how that's gonna go. Basically, see what I got going on here. So it shows three. So weird. Put in two for starters. Now, does this go? Okay, so I have this thing lined up exactly the way they show it. I'll go ahead and put these in. And first of all, tighten up. Overhang. Not be the right thing. I don't know. No idea how the audio is on here, but video. That's for my documentation purposes. Okay.
guess I'm going to put in the third one because it shows that it just says 2, but maybe they don't know what 2 and 3 is. You can always take it out if it's wrong. That does seem maybe a little loose. And then long Allen wrenches, but I don't see the third. There's supposed to be 3 Allen wrenches. Oh, there it is. Part of the reason I got this was I want to be able to disassemble it and move it in pieces that I can handle. I may move in a couple years, so it'll be nice. So now there's a wide wooden piece and a two smaller wooden pieces. What's really weird about these pieces is really nothing weird about them, but there's the wider one and then there's the 2 skinnier pieces. And those were in that little box that I just set aside. So, but 100295. So we need these screws, but it doesn't show. Doesn't really compare those screws with it. Maybe on the first page. So it's that screw. There's 8 of them, but right now we need 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And probably 4 will go on the other side. So those are funny looking screws because they've got a long flat piece near the neck or the head of the screw. And they're kind of the shortest screw of all. So this little Allen. The other Allen I set here. I need to keep my tools together.
So I have, come on now. Yep. Screw is trying to hide. There we go. So we need, here. Jeez. Set them here inside the scissors. Now those pieces are, there's the wider piece, and here's the two smaller, narrower pieces. They have two in the wider one and one hole in the smaller ones. And they're going to go here. Oops, they do that, but it happened. Okay. Also, the holes are not centered, so the question is, let's just get over it. Very good. Hard to tell. You don't really show you. So I know what we can do. We can put these little guys through the holes, and then we'll figure out where they match up. Seems to mount flush that way. So these, and I guess the little tiny element here. What I don't remember is which way I had that thing on the. Oh, I had those holes lined up, but because it would probably apply to these ones, but we'll figure it out. And the little Allen wrench, I set things down and then I forget where it's. The same with this one. Everything looks the same on both sides. Got those pieces done. Now, these two guys are going to flip it over. However, you can tell there's only one guy here to do the flipping of the over part. So $799. Pretty much the price has been for quite a while. Could go up with tariffs or something, I suppose. So, this over, those hinges are going to be up on the upper part, so that all looks good. So, how do you think I could do this? Pressure on it, and which way? Flat on the floor, right? Well, so you can pretty well see both sides, right? Did I move that the wrong direction?
I did.
Everything's backwards on my monitor. Let's see. Let's see, we want to move it. Okay, so now we've got long bolts, I believe. The guy built this on YouTube, and he just threw the instructions away, basically. He just grabbed them, and he goes, we don't need these. 5.4, 5.7. That's the pretty tall, skinny one. Yeah. So we're gonna, and then there's this piece here. We're gonna put those together, and then there's another piece that's gonna go on there too. Brackets. So we're gonna take a long, skinny bolt. They're gonna go through this thing, and then on the underneath part, it's gonna be two holes over here. There's 1, 2, and then 1, 2. So I need those funny. Here they are. So these are the upper bracket pieces, and these are the under brackets. Here. the bolts. These ones, I think. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11. Of those. 4571. 154571. It says there's 12 of them. I count 11. Question is, I don't think I've used one up to this point. Imagine if there could be one missing. Is that possible? Here it is. Okay, there's 12. Okay. Do we need? The process on this one. Because what we have to do, we have to put this long white piece on, which is the shorter of it, and then these things are going to go. With there's little knobs on there, so the knobs are going to go. This guy's going to go under here, so he's going to go here like that. Knobs go out about this way. This way. Okay. Put the scissors there to hold everything in place, and then this thing here, this white piece has to go. Okay. So I think I understand.
they're saying they're saying that this, you don't want it flush. It's supposed to stick out. Wonder if that's the amount of. Yeah, there's a. You can see there's kind of there's a little bit of a gap there. So, as if that's the amount you want sticking out. And what I don't know is if there's a stop that's going to stop it from going in all that way. And this part here is complicated because we got a whole bunch of pieces. We got this whiteboard, we got the top bracket, we got the under bracket. It's all got to go together somehow in there. So is it shorter on one end? Yeah. So this thing's shorter on this end, it's longer on this end, which the shorter piece goes on top. So that piece is going to go like that. The shorter piece goes underneath there. So now, I think I have a good idea of that piece here. And say that there's these pieces here, and they're down in the back there, and they're going to go into those cross pieces. So that sort of makes sense. Holes. There's 4 holes that are in an L shape up here, so those line up. These will line up. Okay. I can see through all those holes. They're all lined up. And I can see through these ones. They're all lined up. So, now what we have to figure out is which pieces go. Okay, so these holes are going to line up here. Here should line up. The 2 outer holes we want to put the screws through. So there's kind of an inner hole there that we're going to do later. It might be a different size anyway, but yeah, it's smaller. So let's just double check the screw goes in here is the one. Those are the ones we have. So okay, I'm going to put 2 of these through the outer holes. This one here, this one here. Measuring piece, okay. That there, let's get a look at. So let's go a little one up here. Then we have some others.
Is that where they screw together? I mean, is that how they screw together? I don't know. We'll find out. And the shorter piece goes on top. Shorter piece, longer piece. So the shorter piece goes on top. It's going to go in that corner this way. So that's what holds it. Loose, but that's going to work. Short piece goes on top. This. I don't mind assembling this. It just seems to take too long, but I'm being very cautious because I don't want to make a mistake that's going to, you know, cause damage that would take me weeks to repair. Take a little extra time, make sure I really understand the directions of what directions pieces are oriented. So, but wish I had my screwdriver. Make this go a lot faster. But I can't think of where that screwdriver is. It's probably somewhere very close. Did have somebody in here doing some work recently. What's that? We have something walking away. Probably not. It's organized right now that anything is possible. Okay. So those pieces together. And you know what I forgot? I don't think that I was, I don't know. Huh. I don't know if I was supposed to put those in. So, uh,
Another screw. It's going to go in. Another screw that's going to go in the extra hole here. And it's going to be the shorter screw. It's kind of a shorter, skinnier screw. They've not instructed me to put these cross pieces. They have not instructed me to attach those yet. It's a few steps away. I'm just confused about plastic pieces. Here we go on. Gonna go on the sides. Oh, that's where I know what the pieces are gonna attach. So what I need to figure out though, got these are down flush. So what I'm not 100% sure about is to figure that out. So going back, okay. Just want to study the instructions a little bit more. One oh five, 107. That's going to be the 107. That's going to be the shorter, skinnier screw. Weird is there's two more holes here. There's one off to the side, and then there's one more that goes in the middle between these other two that we just put in. That's just confused by that a little bit. So we together. Okay, so these drawings they're just weird. Okay, so right now these screws that I'm holding in my hand, these were the kind of the skinnier, shorter ones. So shows them here where that's it. Just put it in, and this is that hole off to the side of those brackets I just put in. So I don't understand this.
this point. What I'm going in there. And it says that, see, what I interpret from that is it says, don't put it all the way flat, leave it. So, put those in. Go in there. There's a little hole in there where they stick out. There's metal threading that goes through there. It's not clear to me. Thank you. You're in price, but you. It's clear to me what those do, what the difference of that is. Not sticking out a little bit. That's what I'm saying. It just feels. And screw this one. Go in there. Just a little bit there. Stick that. Let's get her in there a little bit more and then we'll come back to it at some point, I guess. I forget at what point. Yeah, they're in there solidly, so they're just get the sticking out part at this point. Because there's knobs on there where another piece is going to go. That's where the back piece is. The whole back piece is going to go across here. So this is the back. And that back piece is going to latch on there, but I don't think it latches onto those. Out of it again. So there's two keyholes on the back there that will latch in there that like slot with a hole. So if you latch them on there, it should lock in. So we'll move on. Now the next part is going to be this is going to be these plastic pieces here that I can go on the side. That's where the arms, basically the arm of the couch, are going to slide. You're going to slide in there when it's sitting. Not there yet. I think that's what they are. So it's 4 of those, 2 on each side. Get back to those long pieces, these long screws, bolts, whatever you want, screws. Okay. Oh, there you go. These pieces. Kind of have a V shape to them. They're not straight. They're kind of narrow and wide. So gotta figure out. Like, okay. Looks like they go with the wide. The narrow part goes to the front of how we're looking at it there. We go with these long skinny screws here. Here's the narrow part, so it's going to go like that. So, okay, so that metal, this bracket here, they're going through that. You can't see it. A screwdriver would help so much right now. I mentioned that before, not. That'd be done by now. That's part of it. Yeah. Get these all started, then I'll take one. Okay. More. The bottom. Oh, it's metal threading that goes all the way through. So, boy, watching football upside down. One. This. Really want this done. I'm just gonna build 4 more items tonight. I feel like it's probably not. One nice thing about this is it came in two gigantic boxes with tops and bottoms to them. This big. And I want to paint some furniture. Yeah. Couple pieces for furniture I want to get painted as soon as possible. And a couple little tables. And so I could put them inside of that cardboard. There's cardboard pieces I can set them on top of and then be able to just paint. It's kind of a little paint booth. Let's make sure I got these maybe go in the right direction. Falling faces. It's the hardest part of the whole project for me, and then all the other big pieces just kind of mostly gets attached. Nice. I could have bought a regular sleeper sofa with a hide bed for a little bit less money than this weekend. Everything is, all the furniture stores were on sale. However, delivery, and then if I moved, I wouldn't be able to move those by myself. Another couch, it's in storage. It's leather, it's longer than this. It's very long. It's, I could move it by myself. Not by myself, I could completely move it. These hide beds are heavy. This thing is pretty heavy. This stuff, they're all about a little over 200 pounds. This, really. Take this part the day you're moving though. It's screwed up with really like it from my drill. I got drill bits, but I don't have these. Oh, the screw of this thing, 50 amp things. A lot of power. Like the screwdriver in there, here's that's right. We'll go back. So see it. Okay, so got these. Okay, so we got those pieces on, and then now it says to screw down those pieces that I left up. These, I mean, I did move them up, but now it says to screw those down flush. That makes no sense, but that's what they say to do. I think we're good on that. We got that done. Okay. And now, same thing on that other piece. Just this one now to screw it down. So there it is. It's like a weird, unnecessary step, but maybe. Yes, it does. This one going a lot easier. These. Really good. Possible they could adjust just because we screwed those other pieces in the sides. Anyway, so it was a good little bit of a notch there. Good turn. Okay, now we do the the cross pieces. Attach those again on this. 100006 is the screw. Which is so weird because I don't see that screw anymore. It was the small screw with the small. And this one is 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we put those in this way. These are an Allen wrench socket or whatever you want to call it on these. It's small. I don't feel like they're going in. Now they're catching the main spot. They're going in properly. I could do these ain't fast with a screwdriver because I don't think I have an attachment that would fit. I don't know. Sure. Over there. This one going in. Flush. So, yeah. Gonna go in. Right, oops. Make it go in. They seem good. Now we should have two more. I haven't lost a piece. I've tried. One over there felt loose. I think all this is going to hold is the very light piece of whatever you call this white stuff. It'll sit on there, and then that's the storage area. You hold your sheets and pillows and stuff. So we got all those pieces in. The next step is to flip this thing down so it sits with those hinges in the back, and then we cut the getting down there on the parts list. Okay. So this actually. This way. This way. Oh. Do that. Okay. So you get the idea, anyways. So that's the main frame of the whole deal. Okay. And then these guys and throw them away. Because the next piece, there's a long piece. I didn't know what it was. Let me see. It's going to go in there. All right, so we'll go ahead and cut those. Probably one of the most rewarding parts of this whole project. don't think there's any screen protector. That's usually the most satisfying part of a electronic device. We get to remove that. Yeah, so now we got three big long bolts. We got some little short stubby ones. Okay, so the next step, cutting those zip ties was an entire step 12. Step 13, we take that long, weird, funny little piece and put it in with them. With this piece here, it's long. It's got these little pieces on it, and it's also got a threaded little uh, go in there somehow. There's a little notch. Oh, there's a little notch here. See specifically how they say it goes in there. Okay. And that's uh, it's the shorter, skinny one. Times two goes in there. Okay. So this here goes around. Very like it's not fitting. Right. I'll just go in it, please. This is. Here we go. Figure it out. Don't make me go easy. There's almost all the way. Whew. Okay. This one again now. Stupid. Yeah, it's flat. This one. You can just flat. A long ways down. It's going in better than not. Okay. So this piece here, when you pulled out the bed part, it's it retracts back. Pretty good. Water break. Oh, we got that piece in, and we have the screws in. So on to step 15. Okay. Step 15, remove the pillows. Makes no sense, but yeah. Step 16, okay, so there's, it says to remove these pillows. I think I already did. So they're within, they must be within this piece.
There's a piece with a funny rounded bar on it. Confused. Oh, okay, I got it. There's, uh, this piece is a small piece here. It's upholstered on that side, and there's screw hole here, and there's one down there, and one down the other. So I gotta figure out where does that go. I believe it goes in the back. So we gotta figure that out. Okay, so for now, I'm gonna set it here. Oh, he said, I think that actually might go in the front. There's eye gouge now. There's, okay, so we got this piece. This piece. This piece here. So what's unfortunate here is that this piece, it's a little bit smashed. I'll show you one. Okay, so this thing, yeah, this thing piece here for now is going to go back. We'll go back to the wall. Back piece is over there. That's going to go on. It's the last one of the last things. So. But for now, we'll just push this guy back. And then this big piece I have here is eventually going to go. It's going to mount onto these. It's going to latch into these holes. These are like keyholes. These parts here. There's like a round and then a round slot there. So you're going to slot in there. Or you slot in that way. Okay, and I have that piece sitting here. But also with that piece, it's going to be here. There's on the front of it. That's what I believe. Yeah. Okay. And I think this piece here is the front. And it's got 3 holes. And I'm gonna that's all I gotta do is figure out how it's gonna go. Just the have a look for it. Because we gotta lay it down, I think is what's gonna happen. With that piece, I want to move this part. So I have some pieces here. Okay. Okay. This is going to be a little hard for the viewer to see, which is okay. Let's see. Okay. So I think we're about an hour. How far into this we are? Does it say? Hour and 47 minutes. I was going to say an hour and 50, but okay. So this piece here, it's got two screw holes on top, but then it's got the ones across there. So we just got to think about how that's going to go. And then we have this piece. So let's try and figure out. I don't have a lot of space to mess with, but this is going to work. We're going to make it work. We're just going to figure out how. One more time, I'm going to look at it. Okay. So that's going to go down in there. Okay. I think I can do it right here. So this part, we're just going to set, okay, yeah, because there's, so within that upholstered part, there's a non-upholstered part with the three holes. So for now, I'm going to set this across here. I think, yeah, so just go down. And then this piece, you gotta get that. Okay, I want to show my work. I think the piece I'm looking at here is the back. Yeah. Let's just figure out if we can get this around the corner here. It's way down here. And we have to probably flip it around, but that's okay. There's these end pieces, right? Right here. Yeah. Right here. This is all, it's kind of smashed. But I think that's going to go on the back. Here it is. Ambulance and a police car. Okay. That's a new one. Okay. So this piece, I think what I can do is lay it down. Just want to verify that's how we do it. And so we lay it down. And then we're going to line up just how we have it there. Anyway. And then those big screws are going to go in there. Yeah. Okay. So this is going to go like this. Gently as possible. Now, can you see that? Yeah, you can see it. Okay. Then this guy is going to line it there. So, start building the ceiling fan, but I didn't. So it's going to line up here. This is. Okay, now we're going to do really big screws. 3 of those.
these, with big screws. There you go. That gives work. And hold on, I'll set in there. That's right. That. Yeah. That's going to be ultimately that's going to be the front. So we're going to flip that over. It's going to mount right on there. And you're going to go right in there. I think. So it's going to go. So, what screws needed? I think there's a bigger element up here. Actually goes. We go here. We'll fix that to this. Do that other really complicated now. Wow. Yeah, I haven't seen any signs of the Scandinavian passport beetle. Maybe they're allergic to glue. It's pretty tight. Oh my goodness. Okay. This way. Oh, get this one going. Hmm. Oh my goodness. So close. Oh, sheesh. Oh, we got one more. And then we gotta double check, take them up. And then not trip and fall in the hole. The pepper and garlic stuff follows before I get this flour. Let's double check these. They're solid. Pretty solid there now. Now. We got those pieces in. Yeah. Oh, I see. So they. Are you kidding me? So this pipe, they say. So they say. Okay, so they say to put these screws in. He's going to be the 118 screw. It's a short, fat one. There should be four of them. And then we're going to have to flip this thing around. And then they actually say to lift the. But I'm going to have to flip this around. And then they say to lift this, which is the front. That's the front, so we're going to put it over here. Then we're going to lift that. And we're going to put that on here, latch it in, and then screw it down. And then we put the legs on. 2 legs go there and 4 legs go. And then we have to flip the whole thing back over. Jesus. Okay. So these guys, short, fat screws, and we go. We've been going these slots here, if you can see them. But we leave them out of it. You put them in there now. Right? Okay, something over here. We got one more big piece of glass. Give you the back. One on the sides. It's a little ways down here. Oh, you're almost there. Okay. Okay. So this thing, you know, oh, yeah, I just want to think about how I'm going to do this. So that's the front and that's the front. So I have the fronts against each other. So the question is, to figure out how this is going to go. So that's the front there, and then that's the front of that one down there. So let's go figure out how. So oh boy. Right, so if I flip that one up and over, lay it on here, I think it'll work. I'm not sure. I don't want to mess it up. Because okay. That's the back. That's the back. You bring this, yeah, the front, so you go out the front there, and that's going to be sus. Look at that. So, okay, then you flip this up. Get it up and over this way. It's the back. Oh, yeah. Okay. Getting slippery. Okay, there we go. There we go. I got more. I'm trying to put that down there. Bring it over a bit. Oh boy. Never fails. Alarms go off. Wow. This project isn't that hard. It's just taking, I don't know, so, so this should be able to lift this up. Get it back. Okay, so let's see. Lift this and put gloves on. Eesh. So close. Oh, come on. Right there. There we go. Okay. Now, I think we're almost there. Yeah, can you see that? Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're really close. This piece here. This piece here. This here. So close. With this piece over here. Right there. So close. Let's get here. Okay, we're actually sitting on the screw, we're just not caught up on this side. So now it's gonna go right. Oh, come on, and we were there, and then we weren't out there. So close. This piece here is sitting on there. Now, we just barely have to move this over. Let's see a little bit. It should drop. So close. We're just sitting right. Oh, look at that. It dropped right in there. Now these ones just have to drop in. There's a little play. There we go. Now, should be. Yeah. There's a latch in. There's another latch in. There. They're latched in. Ah, beautiful. Now, how? Okay, so that's the front. So I'm going to roll this over once that locks. So we're in like flow. Okay. So let's see what are the directions again. We'll turn it off it out. Boy. Is that? Probably that. Okay, so you got those pieces. Got them latched in there. All looks good. Now I'll just tighten them down, and then I put in the feet, and then you flip it over. I need to even check the mechanism to make sure it works. So now all I have to do is tighten those four guys down. Put the feet on. Get that one. Oof. Ah, sheesh. There we go. Hopefully, looks like it's all lined up. So. Kind of fun building these, but it's also just annoying. Okay. Let's just take down two more of these and then we'll. Okay, we're so close now. The other pieces should, hopefully they just go in smoothly. Um, so close. And then there's a place where you can store these, as far as I know, which is cool. All the parts. Elementary. Yeah, so we have these little legs or feet a little there. And then come here. Very plasticky. Yes. It's here. Okay, so let's just be sure. One position. These ones go on the two that go on the front piece, and then the four that go on the knee piece. I'm ready for guests now. Depending on who my guests are, I'm going to sleep on this. I think if I have a couple visiting, I'll let them sleep in my bed. Sleep on this. Depends how much I like the person. If I want to sleep in my bed, or if I want to sleep on it. This is a queen size sleeping, allegedly. It's basically very close to it's just an inch or something off. It's crazy. It's part of the reason I chose it is you said there's two halves to it, so sleeping. If two people were sleeping on this, it was just a split down the middle there. The bottom cushion that you sit on and the back cushion that flops down. Yeah. That's a nice thing. Yeah, at some point I may end up, I have a really nice couch. It's leather, it's insulated. Different state. And at some point it might be in my living room in my next house, and then this could go in a guest room that might double as an office or something, and then this will pop out. And then my bed is going to become the guest bed, and if I have a 3-bedroom set up. So, okay, we got those on, we got the leg on. Now it says to roll it over. Just to grab it by okay. Just grab the frame, not the cushion. We'll flip it over. That's going to be the front that's in the back there. And then we'll put the back on, and we'll put the sides on. So I think it should be able to flip this over. You want to flip it up. I'll move it, and I'll go it down. Think that'll work. You'll see that. Right there. As long as this thing doesn't, it's going to do what I was afraid it was going to do. So, let's see. We'll get on the roof. That's the only problem. Okay, we'll figure this out. We'll have this and we'll set it up. Like that, there we go, like that. Okay. Now, I have to be, let's get this out now. Let's get lifting up. That's my camera. Let's do something up. Look at that. Yeah. Lift this arrow back. So we don't want to slip it out. My floor is clean, so I don't care if it strips the floor a little bit. There now, I think we can roll this back down this way. There we go. Now, this is the back here. This is the front up here. So this part you're actually going to sit on. It's stuff. Yeesh. It's stiff. Pretty stiff, but it'll be fine. Like I said, my leather couch that's in storage, it was really quite stiff when it was new. When I tried this in the store, it was soft. It wasn't. I mean, it felt good. So let's take some breaking in stiff. It's been out of box. It's been shipped halfway around the world. So now the key to this whole thing here is this. It's just this little Velcro piece off. You can lift up on this. Let's see, how's it work? This, yeah, that's no useful thing here, but that's it. So, and then the back piece will flip down, and so this will be the sleeping on this. Eesh. Maybe a pillow there to hold my head. So, okay. It feels almost like my phone or something. But I was wondering how this would be for watching TV, because my TV is over there, and I was afraid it was going to be too far away or too much of an angle, but it's actually perfect. Okay, so all right, so this. Now let's look at that thing here real quick. Okay, so the directions say to about this. Roll it over, flip it out. Okay. And then you put the back on. The other thing is if the back is on there, roughly where it's at, and then you flip this out, right? Like the space, because you sleep sideways rather than a height of bed that goes out from head to toe that way, your head to toe this way. So pretty durable, fabric seems like this. Yeah, it's gloves on. Okay, so that piece there is just going to latch in there. Like this did. This one is smooth. That part I was happy about. So let's go ahead and grab that piece. So we'll slide it over a little bit. It's not that heavy. It's heavy. Like once it's all together, I don't think I'll be able to carry it per se. But it's just out of it, so I can get back in there. Piece. There. It's this. This thing here, we have to look. That flops down. Okay. Huh. I don't know what that's all about. So I didn't think you could take these off. That's the only thing. I was hoping that like these pieces of fabric would come off. So I could maybe wash them just in case. But The other thing I don't know about is if I need to put like Scotch Guard on here. Probably should. I don't know, a bad idea. But like this thing here, it's gonna go flip around. Yes, there we go. That's gonna latch on. These guys are gonna latch on in there. Can you see this? See this piece here? No, you can't see it. There. There's a little flipper here. And there's one on the other one, so they're gonna latch down in there, both sides. So let's get this thing. Get her over right there. Those little flap thing. There we go. We're so close. Right, so this thing here, yeah, set that one there. That one's half on it. We get this one. Oh my god, we should do this. Let's see. This one here is only half. Oh, I don't know what's something all of them. With this. Now they're both all the way. Right in there like that. Have a bad day. It's a little hard right now. I think it'll soften up because I tried it in the store on the one that gets a lot of use all day long, and it was fun. So, okay. So that this is going to be a lot like that. There's not double check. Yeah, those sides are lashed in there. Those will come off. That'll lift right off of it too, which is nice. Very nice. I think doing this. Let's see here. Got that on. So what are we gonna do here? Oh, acid indivision. Okay. Oops, do I have to screw something in? Okay. I think there's. Okay, so I gotta put some screws on. I forgot about that. These are gonna be the shorter, skinny ones. And there's one on each side, looks like. Okay. I have to put the bottom of the thing. Okay, so let's find those screws. Put them in. Okay, the last two screws. I got this in here. Oh, we should be able to. Let me put this down. It's so smooth the way that latches. It just the way it goes down there. It's just it's really easy. These. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Ah, Oh, okay. Oh, good. Just- You see, yeah. You see my head there? Screwdriver would be really handy right now. There we go. This one here. Sheesh. I can see where, if you live in a really small studio apartment, this thing will be. Look here. Okay, so when it's screwed in the hand, this just secures that latch. We call those two latching kind of keyhole latch things. This football game is horrible. There's nobody left in the stands. Okay. Okay. Now, let's see here. So this one was kind of funny because this is the back. Now, there's one final piece, so there's more than that. Yeah, do not step in here. It's a little. Oh, wait. Again. See this. Good. There we go. No storage. There. Okay. Now, put that in there. So they actually say to put the arms on. I'll figure that out. With this piece out. So with the front part flipped out, the arms on. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then we're done. Yeah. There's no screws for that, I guess. Let's see here. Let's read the instructions one more time. Okay. These have the skin part at the top. And these arms have the wide part at the bottom, which will go together. So they look like when you see them. I think these just slide right on there. That's what it looks like. Now there's a hole there. Is there a screw that goes on? Yep. There appears to be. Look at that, because is there a screw somewhere that I was supposed to leave loose? Let's see. Must already be in there. Let's see. Oh. No, I don't know. I don't see the screw. Maybe there's a screw left over. Oh, it's confusing to me. But anyway, this obviously they use it, so. Get that one in. Sweet. It's supposed to be a screw. I don't know. It doesn't seem unless it's, I don't know. Weird. So, take this piece here. Here. Oh, now I gotta get over there somehow. Where did I didn't see that one? Just about out of space here. Okay, so this one here should go in there. Yep. It's not the point yet. Let's see. Oops. Nope, this. So this one here. Wait for in there. Okay. Yeah. 10 more screws. It's already in there. There it is. Oh, okay. So what you actually do is these looks like these the wrenches actually they snap into place with the little holder and they go in that hole. That's what just, that's what that is. Crazy. Okay. Yeah, so we're almost done now. We got to do the cushions. Yeah. We're gonna put the other Allen wrench. Back in there. Yeah, it looks like this other Allen wrench. Seems like he fits in there. Yeah, we got to put the other Allen wrench over there. And we close it all up. And we put the cushions in the. Yep. That one goes over there. That's in there. The little one in there. Okay. This just took way too long. It took 2.5 hours. It's ridiculous. Okay, but well, there's a way now. It's back that way over there. Go back. We have a little bit of extra room on the sides, which is good. Subject to change. So this guy's showing. You know, that. And this should Velcro now. Okay, so now the final step is going to be have a bit of water. Ooh. Oh, I shouldn't have those olives. They're so good though. All right, final step, we're going to put these cushions together. Oh, so there is a little instruction How about that? Let's work here. See? There might be a method to the madness. They don't really show you. So here's the final inspection on the cushions. But there does seem to be no cushion. There seems to be a little contour to this part. So, oh, I guess they're kind of this. This side just seems more goes like that. So these, however, I don't see any. No. Question is, do they have is there like a top and a bottom to the cushion? They look the same. To that, look at that. They seem the same. So, they I don't really see a specific part of the direction here that's special. Get my arm in there. I get that square. Should seems pretty good. Easy to relax. Then you can kind of push. I'm pushing down in there a little bit so I can get the zipper to across. And that's really easy. So there. It looks full. It doesn't look wonky. So get it on. Get it over there. So here we'll go there. Let's do it this way. There we go. Now, so it's the that's simple. Okay. There we go. Ink. There we go. Okay, so let's just push. Keep that out of the zipper. There we go. That's not so bad. Tooth. And the bigger. See what direction is down below as well. Insert. Not so bad.
Nice, you can get your arm right down and my hand's right there, and I can get this, make sure it's nice and square down in there. Yeah. They're a little crate focus, they've been packed. Ship, so there's like a big, you can see a big crease going across right there. So it will all straight down after one time. Okay. Instruction manual. Down in the storage area there, I think that's one down there. Okay, so now push the couch into the corner, and then I've got some cushions. I wasn't sure like how far out this was. It sticks out a little ways. Against the wall. There's a window ledge back there. So, yeah, that's pretty good. So, now let's tilt this up. Oops. How's that? There. So, not so bad. I think I pushed it back, so the back is taking a tiny bit. And then I have a rug on the floor here. It's not so bad. What I could do is center it with the window for now. So not so bad. That's it. I'll tilt these out a little bit. So. Is this the sofa? The seating area is deeper than this part here. Is deeper than I would say most sofas are a little less. But what's nice is actually I'm fairly tall with long legs, so for me it's actually really comfortable. So it's not too bad. It just took way too long. And now I got a bunch of gigantic boxes out there. I didn't want to throw the boxes away until I was sure that this thing seemed like it was good. The arms, they feel good. So I'll get some, I have like some throw pillows. I have a whole bunch, so I'll have a couple on each side. And then you might even have one of those round ones, like a lower one. Then the other thing is I would also consider IKEA does have some like big pillow cushions or throw pillows, and you can get all kinds of different. You can get all these different covers that go on them, and they start out fairly cheap. I forget the pillow itself. I forget how much those are. They have some big ones, and then they have a whole wall of like colors and black and white checks and stripes, polka dots and all this stuff. But I looked at them and I didn't really like any of them. So I like the big pillows. And then they have some that are just kind of white, fluffy, and striped, almost like giant corduroy or something. But so they're okay. I just didn't exactly love them, but they're okay. So this was a project. This took way, way longer than I wanted it to, because I still had a Billy bookcase and the kind of armoire wardrobe closet thing, 3-door Rimness, I believe it's called. So I have to build those tomorrow. I have them all ready to go. The Billy's going to go right here, I think. I haven't decided yet if it's going to go on the left side or the right side of my TV. Probably left side, right side, because it might block my TV view. So I gotta think about that a little bit. But yeah, this is not so shabby. It's a little stiff. It's pretty stiff, actually. Not like the one in the one in the store was a little comfy, but they get people sitting on them, bouncing around and jumping on them and everything else. So this will take a little time to break in, I would say, but I think it looks good on the front and everything. It all looks, the front pieces aren't smashed. There was a little these back corners of the back were a little bit smashed, and that if I had it sitting out over here in my living room, you walk around it and stuff, then you'd see those back corners. But I'm sure they'll adjust to once they're in position and not in a shipping container. But they're fine. It seems pretty good. So I had another project I was going to work on here, so I was going to do another video actually. So I might put on. I think about where my headphones are. I don't remember. I took them. I think I do know where they are. So that's going to wrap this video up. This was a big project. This is the Friheten. Now it says it's a 3-person couch, but let's just see. If I go all the way, let's go. I'm going to go all the way over here. You can't see me, but okay. So you can see me. Okay, so I'm up against the edge over here. So if I were So I was sitting there. So I'm sitting here. And then sitting here, and then all the way over here. So, and I'm not little. So if there were, so 4 people my size could sit across here, like pretty comfortably, I think. So I could sit up here and sitting there. The other one was an L shape, and so you could feasibly, I figured out you could probably fit 5 people on that if if you were sitting like having a party or get together and so people watching TV. The only problem was I would have wanted the L shape to come out here because my TV's over there, and it would have really blocked my flow. My kitchen's over here, come out into here, and so it would have blocked the whole thing. So I was going to have to put the L part over there, which kind of comes out towards the TV. This is more flexible. You could put this in a lot of places. Like I said, in a spare bedroom, you could have this in a bedroom as an office, and then you could lay down there and watch TV if you have a TV in your office, bedroom. And then visitors come, pop it out. It's bedroom. It's bed. So that's why I chose this one. Those cushions, I think they turned out pretty good. They're pretty cushy, and I think you could use them as pillows for the visitors. So I have extra. I'm one person and I have 6 pillows, so but these could work. So it's all good. So thanks for tuning in this episode of Part 2. I'll be back with some other live video here in a few minutes, unveiling something. So see you right here, Part 2. And I'm going to do a proper review of this sofa. This was really just documenting the building process for myself. But I appreciate if you did watch it and you're actually still here. Thank you for tuning in. Catch you next time, right here in Part 2.